Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend. This is Sunday afternoon here in North Carolina, and the weekend is kind of winding down. But I've been wanting to read a beautiful book to you that I found in the library called Child of the Universe by Ray Jayawardhana, and beautiful illustrations look like paintings by Raul Colon. I'm a children's author. My name is Jan Boydston, and my newly published children's book called Tomas and Matilda Have an Idea is available in many locations. All you have to do is Google it. It's also available as an ebook now, hardcover, softbound, and ebook. I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm starting to visit bookstores, and this is kind of an exciting part for relatively new children's book authors. My first book I wrote with my brother during COVID. It's called Finding Socksville. And you can see Tomas and Matilda, the same brother and sister that are in my second book, are trying to convince their dad's socks to come home. We all lose socks in the dryer. And we got to thinking that maybe we would have a fun time with that book, and we have. But today I want to focus on this beautiful book, Child of the Universe. I love going to my library. I love seeing what children's books are in there and what children's book authors create for children to read. So this is a beautiful one. This is written by a scientist. I was also a scientist in my workaday world. So I appreciate this wonderful man. I believe his background is physics. And you certainly see that because he's talking about the universe, which is a pretty miraculous thing. Look, they start at night. My father says, I'm made of stars. He turns off the light, so it's dark. See, this is their house, but the moon is out. Beautiful. And look at this. Isn't this beautiful? She and her father are looking outside at night at the moon. We look at the moon from the edge of my bed. The universe conspired to make you, he says. Just like the sun gives shine to the moon, you light up the world beyond this room. Wow, look at that. How the sun lights up our whole earth, that she also lights up people beyond that room. Like the majesty of Milky Way's grace, your curly hair swirls on your face. He's using an analogy that the Milky Way curves around, which it does, just like her hair curls curl around on her face. There are galaxies in your smile, so wide, the cosmos is reflected in the depth of your eyes. Look at this. And he's using galaxies in the background for the story about his daughter. Lie far away of planets only telescopes can see, with hills and valleys, glaciers and seas. Look at this. Is this spectacular or what? And this is what our universe looks like. We have telescopes to show us that. You are grand and marvelous, strong and mysterious. Look at this. She's floating out to the universe. The history of the world is in your fingerprints. I love that he brings out that we're made of the same things as stars and planets and of our own sun. Oh, look at this one. Now, he's illustrating his daughter as the whole universe is present within her. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones are made up of stars that lived long ago. He studies the stars and astronomy, so that's pretty cool. Your atoms spin like Saturn's rings. Look, Saturn does have rings, and our atoms in our body that make up our cells and everything whirl too. All of us are whirling. You are part of everything, Look at this. This has no words. It's just showing how she's a part of everything from Saturn to the galaxies to the whales, to the sea, to the clouds, to the sky. Look at this. Part of the universe, the sun, the planets, the orbiting. It's beautiful. Of constellations and Arctic ice, of waves that move at the speed of light. It's almost like a poetry book. Look at this. The galaxies and the glaciers and her, like she's floating on a seashell, it looks like. Of starbursts brighter than fireworks, you are a child of the universe. Look, the illustrator has put her inside the sun as a part of the universe. Look at this. Now they're back together again, and he's talking to her. Now get under the covers, my father says. It's time for you to go to bed. He tucks me in, and through the window, I see the great full moon smiling back at me. Think about that at night. Whenever you go to bed, the moon's outside and the stars are outside. Look, she's sleeping and floating. I love that. I close my eyes, and tonight I'll dream of stardust and planets and all that's between. Beautiful, beautiful book. Just briefly, that's the end of the book. Her father investigates origins and diversity of planetary life. So he looks at telescopes all the time and explores what the planets are like. And, we're always sending missions out into space so we can send photographs back of what the universe is like. So I love this book because I think it shows us that the world can be bigger than maybe we think about every day. And I think that's a pretty healthy thing to do. Beautifully written, beautifully illustrated. Thank you, Jay and Raul, for this lovely book. Think about as Christmas comes around, you might want to buy brand new books for your children. I know they can read things online. My book's available as an ebook too, but sometimes it's fun to flip through the pages of a book. I hope you have the rest of your weekend is great and you have a good week. Take care of yourself. Bye.